Well, hello everyone, welcome to my stream. My name's Kim. I'm a Xamarin developer based in Melbourne, Australia. So I'm just starting up a stream and it's pretty late at night here. It's 10:47, so probably not the best time to start a stream, but still, probably the best time that will work best for me. I've got a family, so it's often after bedtime that I get to do any streaming. So what I want to do in this stream is I want to do some Xamarin development. I want to build some Xamarin applications. I also want to talk about connecting those Xamarin applications to back-end systems as well. So, it might be Azure databases or functions or cognitive services, any of those sort of things. So what I'm going to do today, I really just want to test out my stream, make sure that that's working fine. And also, I've been having a little bit of a look at theming applications recently. So, Mojave just came out and everyone's all excited about the dark mode. And so one of the questions that often gets asked around Xamarin is how do you create usable, swappable themes? So user selectable themes, so dark modes, light modes, and things like that. So just as a practice stream, I thought I might give this a go. But hopefully moving forward, I'll be able to stream every week, probably around about this time, and build up some applications and hopefully with other people, put together some nice applications in Xamarin and connected systems as well. Okay, so why don't we sort of swap over and do a little bit of coding and try this out. All right, and I might put a little bit of background music on. I don't have very good background music at the moment, but this will probably have to do. So let's flick over here to Visual Studio. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a new xamarin.forms application. So file, new project, cross-platform mobile application. I'm up to app 57 here. Let's just call this theme sample. Okay, and I'll click OK here. I'm just going to create a blank application using .NET Standard. Go ahead, click OK. Go ahead and start up this application. So certainly if people want to join the stream, feel free to do so. And also, ask any questions as well. All right, so let me just see what we have here. Okay, so we've got a Xamarin.forms application. Not much going on here. I'll give it a quick build first of all, just make sure that we're simulators and things are working. So I'll build my shared project. That's looking good. Let's go and set up our iOS project. Give it a build. So we're on iOS 12 now. That's pretty exciting. And of course, the starting application is super boring. It's just going to say, welcome to Xamarin.forms. All right, and there it is. Beautiful. So we've got an iOS application working. Wonderful. Let's go and have a look at our UWP, because we can't forget UWP. Give that a little bit of a run. Check we're working. Okay, looking good. Welcome to Xamarin.forms, beautiful. And we'll give Android a bit of a go here as well. Okay, so I'm actually running the Hyper-V emulators for Android. So that's nice. So pretty much what we'll do is we'll just build a simple application just with some headers and some body, apply some themes to it, and then create multiple themes and allow us to switch between those themes using like a picker or something like that. Okay, but first of all, let's just make sure this is all working. Good old Android. I should have some elevator music, shouldn't I? Just having a look over at my Twitch dashboard, which I haven't seen before. Tells me my stream health. Looks okay. All right, what's happening, Android? Here we go. And there we go. Xamarin.forms in action. All right, so let's, excuse me, I got a bit of a cold. So not only am I doing this stream late at night, I've also got a cold, which is pretty awesome. All right, so let's start off. We'll just go and create a simple layout here. So I've got a stack layout. Inside the stack layout, I'm gonna put just a header. So I'll put a label in here and I'll put some text and we'll call this, like header 1. And underneath that, I'll put a subheader. Well, let's just call it, let's call it subheader. Why not? Okay. We'll put in a bit of body text here as well. All right. And to do this, there's a pretty cool little site I found the other day. Let me bring my window over here. It's called something like Lorem Hipster. All right, so it allows you to create hipster lorem ipsum text. All right, so let's just grab some of this text here. All right, we'll throw it in our label here. Cool, that should make it more interesting. Cool, so we've got 3 bits of information here. So, excuse me. So what we're going to do is, you might want to style this, right? So it's pretty tempting to, just go and put in a font size and things like that. But pretty much if you're going to be styling your applications, you want to use styles that are built into Xamarin.forms. So one way you can do that is you can create some styles either at the page level, so a resource dictionary and styles. You can also do it at the app XAML level as well, if you want it to apply to all pages in your application. Now, let's just do that first of all, shall we? So maybe what I want to do is I want to say, let's go and give this some background styling. So maybe we want to have something like a color, and we'll give this a key like background color. I'll use the American spelling. And so let's give this like a gray color. There we go. So we'll give it a hex value in there. All right. And maybe we'll have some values for our H1. So we'll create some header 1 styles in here. So what I want to do is I just want to specify the color of our header and perhaps also the style. Also the size of it. So I'll say the color here, we'll call this H1 color. And we'll give this a value. So it doesn't really matter. We'll go and we'll make it white, shall we? Okay, and I'll give it a size as well. So sizes are going to be doubles. So this will be the font size. So we'll call this H1 size, and we'll give it a value of, say, 24. Beautiful. So there's a header 1. I'll create a header 2 as well. So we'll give this a slightly different color. Make it a little bit smaller. And then we'll go ahead and we'll create a body as well. All right, so a body size. So we'll call this body color and body size. So maybe our body will be, maybe we'll start off with it as, I don't know. We'll start off with black. 2, 4, 5, 6, and we'll make it 12 point, for example. All right, so I've got a few things there, and then what I might want to do is I might want to actually go and create some styles for this as well. All right, so if I want to create some styles, the way I would do this is basically come in here and say my style, give it a key. Let's create a H1 label. It's going to be targeting a label. And then we have some setters underneath it. So we'll have a setter here. And our property, we're going to set the text color and the text size based on these things, right? So we'll say text color. And then our value for this is going to be coming from those colors we have defined up above. Now, what I'm eventually going to do is I'm going to change those colors. So a good idea here would be to use a dynamic resource. So a dynamic resource is going to change if we change those values. So dynamic resource, and we'll say H1 color. Beautiful. And then we'll have a setter for the font size. The value is going to be dynamic resource H1 size. Cool. All right. And then we'll go ahead and we'll do the same thing for header 2, and we'll do the same thing for the body. All right. Obviously, you know, styles can be much more complex than this, but let's just go H2, we'll make this H2 color, and we'll make this H2 size, and then we'll create a body label as well. Okay, so we'll call this body color. Make sure we get that right, and body size. Beautiful. All right, so we've got 3 labels: H1 label style, H2 label style, body label. Okay, and we also determined a background color. So now I could go and apply these styles. So if I go back to my main page here, right, in fact, I'll dock this over here so I can see what's going on. I can reference those styles. So maybe in my page, I'll say my background color is going to be, and again, I'll use a dynamic resource for this one. I'll call this background color. Okay. And then for my header 1, I'm going to apply a style. Okay. Dynamic resource, and we basically have a H1 label down here. All right. And we'll do the same thing here. Style is dynamic resource, and I've called it H2 label, doesn't really matter. Should probably call it subheader. And then for this guy here, we'll also add a style in. So we say our style is dynamic resource and body label. Awesome. All right, so we've got some styles set up in there. Let's give this a run, see what we get. Give it a build first of all, I suppose. Now there's this interesting problem I've been having recently. You see what's happening here with this build? It's basically doing nothing. So what we want to do here, if it does that, what I found is if you cancel the build, it's only just happened just recently. Cancel the build, and I'll kick it off again. What's going on here? Did I get some bad... We got some bad lorem ipsum text. And there's that build again. Hope this isn't going to keep happening. Ooh. Can't connect to a Mac server. Interesting. All right. Start a stream. This is what happens. All right. Let's see if it's happy with the build now. Build succeeded. Let's try giving this a run. Oh, H1 size is already present in the resource dictionary. I bet you I copy and pasted. There it is right there. That's the lesson, people. Don't copy and paste. Let me just check the rest of these. All right, we're good. Well, I would be if my build would keep working. All right, cool. So there's a really horrible looking background there. So I could do with some different colors, but you can see that it's actually taken those styles. It's my header 1 is white, my header 2 is a gray, my body color is black. Awesome. So maybe what I want to do is I want to change that. But anyway, you can see that it's taken the styles there. Excuse me. So I might change this to be a much lighter color. Pick a color, doesn't really matter. Who knows what that'll be like. All right, cool. Now, the thing is, what we're going to do now, we've got our basic project set up. Next thing is we want to start talking about adding sort of the ability to select styles. Okay, so we actually want to be able to declare multiple styles. And so in our app.xaml, this is not where we're going to do it. So instead, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll create myself a themes directory. Yeah, cool. We'll create a themes directory here. And how I like to set up themes actually is I like to have one theme, which, or one resource dictionary, which just has the colors in it and the constants. So sort of these values that we see up the top here. And then another one, which has the actual styles in it. So let's go and create a new item in here. And I don't think we have a resource dictionary, right? So what I'll do is I'll just create up a XAML page here, right? And I'll call this my literal resources. Right, and this is not going to be a content page, right? So I'm going to change this from being a content page to being a resource dictionary. Beautiful. All right, and that means that I'm going to have to change my code behind here to be a resource dictionary. All right, cool. Okay, that should be cool. Oh, these builds are going to kill me. All right, so this is basically going to form the base theme, like the default theme, essentially. So what I'll do is I'll go over to my app.xaml here, and I'm going to grab these values. So grab these values here, and what I'm going to do is I just want to put them into this literal resources. Okay, cool. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another dictionary. And I'm going to call this my style resources. Make this a resource dictionary of this stuff. And make this a resource dictionary. Beautiful. Alrighty. Cool. So what I'll then do is I'll go and grab those styles, and I'm going to put them into here. Checking that stream health looks good. Okay, cool. So I've got H1 label, H2 label, body label. Beautiful. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to create a theme. Okay, so I want to create a theme sort of basically based on these ones. And I'm going to create two themes. I'm going to create a dark theme and I'm going to create a light theme. But first of all, what I need to do actually inside of this theme, inside of this style resources here, it's going to need to have access to these resources. So what I can do is I can come in here and I can say resource dictionary dot merge dictionaries, and I can say I want to have I need to set up a namespace for this. So I'll set up an XML NS and we'll call this like styles, and we'll make this there we are, theme sample.themes. Cool. Okay, so now what I should be able to do is I should say styles colon literal resources. Beautiful. Okay, so now it's going to be able to access these different colors that we have here. Awesome. All right, so now let's go ahead and create some other themes. So I want to create a dark theme and a light theme, which are basically going to override these values. So this is my default, if you like. Go and add in a new class here. I'm going to call this my dark theme. Again, I'll go through and do this here. And here I'll change this to a resource dictionary. Beautiful. All right, so what I'm going to do inside of this dictionary then is I then want to reference those other styles that I have. So just the same way that I did here. So I'll basically copy that declaration, put it over in my dark themes. And then we'll come in here and we'll do this same sort of concept here. So basically add those in. So we're going to have literal resources, and I'll also add in the style resources as well. All right, cool. So now we have a dark theme, which is basically inheriting stuff from the styles and from the literal resources. Awesome. Give it a build, check how we're going. All right, fantastic. All right. So what I might want to do here then inside of my dark theme is I might want to go and override some of those values. So for example, if I go and have a look at my literal resources, I've got header 1 colors, header 2 colors, and body colors, and a background color. So let's go and grab that, go and throw that in here. So a dark theme is going to have a, let's just make it a black background. It's header 1 size, header 1 color. We're going to make that, we'll make that white. Header 2 color, we'll make that just slightly off. And maybe we'll just change the size here. So we'll make this a bigger font. Okay, and the body color wants to be something closer to white. So let's make it, I wonder if we're about to tell the difference between those colors. All right, excuse me. So that's header 2, isn't it? In fact, I bet you I got that wrong over here. Right, copy and paste. It's not your friend. Alrighty, so here we are. We've got our particular values in here. So let's say I wanted to create a light theme as well. So I'll basically just grab my dark theme, copy that one, just rename it. My build has locked it again. Thanks, build. So what's this? A light theme, right? Okay, so now we have a light theme. I want to change the name of this, of course. So my light theme is going to be called light theme. This is going to be called light theme for my constructor, and then I'll have a light theme here as well. Cool. I think thought I changed that. Apparently not. Changed my dark theme, didn't I? Right, fix that one up. Got my dark theme. This one's the light theme. And this one's the light theme. Now, let's grab these values here. Same sort of deal. I think I copied it before I saved it. Too many windows open. All right, so we've got a light theme. So light theme's going to have a light background. Maybe we'll just make it white, eh? So we can basically set it up as white. We're going to have pretty much a black header 1. Make this 24. Header 2. We'll make this, I don't know. You know, basically whatever you find. I'm terrible at colors, so, but we'll give this a different size. Oh, Lazaret. Lazaret's following. Fantastic. Welcome, Lazaret. I wasn't expecting anyone to watch this stream. It was just my own personal recording. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So in case you, I don't know how long you've been lurking out there, I'm just sort of playing around with this stream. Just trying to get used to streaming, but also just trying to make a user customizable theme. I'm good, thanks. It's really late here. It's 11:15 at night, so it's a really bad time to do your first stream. But you know, whatever. All right. So I basically just created some resources. I've got a dark theme. I've got a light theme. I'm just setting this up. I'm just trying to choose colors. My body color is gonna be, I don't know, what's a good color? 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. All right. So now I've got a dark theme, a light theme, and my base resources. And so one thing I could do here is if I didn't want to specify all of these things and I wanted to inherit it from the other one, I could just get rid of it, right? And just not have it at all. Okay. So now what we'll do is let's go and provide the ability for the user to be able to choose a theme. All right, so at the moment, I got a stack layout. Let's go and wrap this all in a grid. Where are you, Lazaret? Just out of interest. Yeah, where are you from? I'm just trying to work out time zones. Romania, fantastic. Fantastic. All right, let's have a look at what we got here. I'm creating a grid, right? So just to wrap this all up, because I'm going to put a picker down the bottom. So I'm going to create 2 rows. One row is going to have a height of star, so that's going to be my top row, and then I'll have another row definition which is going to have a height of auto. All right, and this stack layout's going to go in the first row. In the second row, what I'm going to put inside of here is basically a picker. Okay, and I'm going to have the options of some different themes. Okay. 4:18 p.m. afternoon. A much more reasonable time. Okay, so this is in my main part of my grid. This one here is going to go into what do we create here? We'll create a stack layout, and we'll put this in grid row 1. Are you a Xamarin developer, Lazaret? Okay, so let's put a picker in here. Okay, so with our picker, what we want is we're going to give it a name. Let's call it our theme picker. All right. In our picker, what we'll do is we'll give it a few values. We'll give it, I never use pickers. Let's give it a title. Fantastic. I'm just having a reading of your comment there. Reading principles, practices of C++. Excellent. 17-year-old learning programming. Fantastic. Well, I'm doing a bit of Xamarin develop here, so I'm only doing C#. At the moment, I'm doing a bit of XAML, but eventually I'll write a bit of C# code. Cool. All right. So what do we got here? We got a picker defined. I've got a title for it. What else do we need? We need some values inside of here. So we can specify those by saying picker items. Okay. And I'm just going to hard code these values in. So I can use a string. We'll have a light theme. Have a dark theme, and maybe we'll just put one in for the default theme. Yeah, I'm just having a look. You're mentioning you're reading a book. Let me just turn that volume down a little bit, I think. C++ programming language. Yeah, I started off as doing C development, so I was doing. I was reading Kernighan and Ritchie. I don't know if you've ever read Kernighan and Ritchie. That was the just the C book, the C Bible. All right. what do we got here? We've got a stack layout. You know it? Beautiful. So let's throw a bit of padding around this. Just to space it in a bit. Let's, what else do we want? Let's give it a, yeah, that should probably do us. Our picker, we probably want to put in horizontal options here to tell it to fill and expand, to occupy all the space. And we probably want to have an event here as well. So we can have our selected index changed, and we can create an event inside of them. All right, so that should probably give us a picker. Okay, we've got our method here. Before I go too far, oh, stop spamming emotes. Nightbot says, I don't know what Nightbot is, but it says you're spamming emotes. So if you were, stop it. If not, I'm sorry. Okay. You know what? I wonder if I can go to... no worries. You're doing great. Fantastic. Thanks, Lazaret. Take care. All right. Where am I up to? I was just going to give this a build and see what we have. Wow, Visual Studio, what are you doing? All right, that looks like it works. Let's try running it on iOS and see what it looks like. All right, so we've got our various bits here. We've lost our styling for the moment, but we'll get that back. So we've got header 1, we've got subheader, we've got our text in here, and then we've got our themes. Cool. So we've got our picker working. Beautiful. All right. Excuse me. All right, so what we need to do is we need to make all of this work. All right, so we need to be able to change our themes. So to do that, let's go ahead and let's create ourselves a theme helper. And maybe I'll put it under here. So we're going to add a class. We'll make this our theme helper. All right, and we'll just, this will just be just make this a public static class, even though statics are bad. Stop running. All right, so we've got our theme helper inside of here. And so what we'll have is we'll just store the current theme. So we'll have a string, which is our current theme. Let's create ourselves a method. And we'll just do these by name at the moment. That's cool. All right. And what we're going to do in here, of course, is we want to go and have a look at what theme's been selected and then go ahead and change it. Now, before we do that, this is what I found the other day. I found that in order to be able to change themes at the moment in xamarin.forms, I actually have to sort of like clear out the resource dictionary and then reload it with the new values based on the theme. So this is what I'll do. First of all, check if we are changing themes. So in other words, I'll just say if our theme name equals our current theme, which I'll rename to be current theme. Then we'll just get back out of here. There's nothing we need to do. All right. Otherwise, what we're going to do is we're going to clear all the resources. Okay. And then we will swap to the new theme. All right. So this is what I found. If we go application being in the xamarin.forms namespace, .current, .resources, come on, clear out those merge dictionaries, clear out the resources. Now, let's get a reference to the application resources. So we'll say resource dictionary. Something like that. And then we'll get our new theme. Okay, so we'll have our resource dictionary, which is going to be our new theme. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go and do a switch. And we'll do this on our theme name. All right, so now we'll just hard code this in. So we'll say a case of, what do we got? Light theme. Cool. And we'll just have a default value. And this will just be our style resources. Cool. All right, so now we've swapped out to a new theme. So now what we need to do is we need to load those resources back up. All right. So this is what I found. What we have to do is we have to go through the merge dictionaries in the new theme, and then add them into our resource dictionary, and then basically go through and manually copy the themes across. And it feels a bit hacky to me. I'm not sure it's the right way to do it, but it works. So we'll say I'm going to go for each of our merge dictionaries in new theme dot merge dictionaries. Cool. And what we're going to do here is we're going to add them in. So we'll say application resource dictionary dot merge dictionaries dot add, and we're going to add in that merge dictionary. Cool. Load those merge dictionaries back in, and then we want to copy the themes. All right, so copy the themes. So in order to do that, what we'll do is we'll go for each, and we want to go into our new theme dot keys. So we'll work through each of the elements inside of there. And then we'll override these values. So we'll say application resource dictionary, item equals our new theme element. So we just copy them in. Let's see if that works. All right. And then update our current dictionary. So what do we call it? We called it current theme, current dictionary. It's really too late for me. Current theme equals, what's it called? Theme name. Cool. All right, so that is our method, which is going to change our themes. So what we want to do is we want to, when we've got a selected item in our main page, we want to go and update the theme. Okay, and to do this, we're going to go and get the value that's selected inside of the picker, grab that value, and then we're going to tell it to change the theme. Okay, so to get our picker, we could have named it, but it's going to be the sender. Blimey, it really is too late. Okay, so we've got our sender. We'll get the selected item. Okay, we'll just see if it's got a value. And we'll basically go and pull out the theme name. So our theme name is going to be the picker items selected index. All right. And then what we can do is we can say theme helper dot change theme to the theme name. All right. Now, what else do we need to do? So some other things that I discovered I would need to do is actually give it an initial theme. So let's have a look here in my app.xaml here. Okay, in my application resources. I say resource dictionary, and then I'm going to have my merge dictionary. And I'm going to use my styles again. So I'm going to copy that namespace from up here. And we'll start off with like light theme, for example. All right. We've got that there. Give it a build. Let's see where we are at. You're killing me, Visual Studio. You're killing me. Checking out the stream, seems to be holding up. That's good. right, what do we got here? Oh, look at that. Light theme, dark theme, default theme. Wacky do. All right. What's next? Let's tidy up some of these colors because they're pretty horrible, and some of this padding as well. Okay, so let's start off with our light theme. Let's get some good colors. I'm just going to run this so I can see what we have here. Okay. So let's put some differentiation here. In fact, what we'll do is we'll add a bit of padding in here. I'll do it in my base one because I want it to apply to everything. So I'll call this, so what do we want? We want to have a, what do we want? Probably a, let's think about this. So I could create a double. And we'll call this our padding. Probably a better option actually would be, I think instead of having a double, we could use something like thickness, which is actually what we're trying to set. So I'll say this is a thickness, page padding, and then I can give it 4 values. So I can say like 30. Let's just make them all 30. Left, top, right, bottom. Okay. Then we'll go and put that in our page. Put it around my grid. Okay, and so that's in my base style there. But as long as we don't override it, it should still be able to get that value. Okay, so that added a bit of padding in there. Now let's have a look at this app. Let's see what the colors look like because they're atrocious. So for my light theme, yeah, sort of a white background. That's cool. Maybe we'll make it something other than white, something almost white. Then we've got a black header, that's cool. 24 is okay. Keep that as that, we'll make that a bit bigger. Doesn't really matter. Just so we can see the difference. And make this I don't know, doesn't matter. Okay, there's our light value. Let's have a look at our dark page. I don't know what's going on with our second header here, so let's look at our dark theme. Header 2. Header 1 is white, that's cool. Header 2 will make almost white. I would have thought that would show up actually. I know why. Wrong number of D's. And then we have our C's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. And what does our base theme look like? Base theme looks terrible as well, so let's change that. So that's going to be in our literal resources. So we've got a white header. Cool. Maybe we'll make this really big. And then we'll have this one here. The background is already C, so we'll make this a. Why don't we just make it yellow? Come on, build. Oh, broke something. You know what? I'm going to do a little bit of UWP stuff here. All right, cool. So we've got header 1, subheader, and our value. Now we've got our light theme, we've got our dark theme. Let's make some really different sizes here. Okay, so you can see the header of those is bigger. All right. Okay, that's okay. All right, so what else can we do here? Well, first of all, when it first loads up, it doesn't select the theme. So let's persist the theme. So what we want to do is we pretty much want to have a settings, and we want that settings to persist. So I'm actually going to just create myself a settings class. I'm going to manage NuGet packages. Add a new item, add a class. We'll call this our settings helper. I'll just call it settings. That's fine. Okay, and we'll make this a static class. All right, and we'll just have a current theme or a save theme. Okay, and we'll just go ahead and we'll store that in. We'll just use the normal xamarin.forms persistence mechanism. Probably you want to use James Montemagno's one, actually. But for the moment, let's just go and get this out. So we'll say, we'll check if we have a theme. Check if we have a setting, rather. If our application xamarin.forms.current.properties contains a key of theme, then let's get that out. Better to string that. All right, it's got our theme, and then return that out of here. Otherwise, let's return our default. Now, what did we call our default one? Default? Let's have a look at our theme helper. We didn't care. All right, we'll make it default. Cool. Now if we want to set it, let's go and say application dot current dot properties theme value to string. So we'll get that value, throw it in there, and then we'll persist the values. It'll do it automatically, but I always like to do it anyway. So of course, say properties async. All right, so that should allow us to get the theme, set the theme, and give us a default value back out of there. Awesome. So now when we start up our application, so when we get the on appearing of this page, actually maybe when we start our application, why don't we try that? On our app.xaml.cs. So in our on start, let's literally just go theme helper dot change our theme, and we'll get it from our settings. Cool. That should set our initial theme. We still have to set it down here. So if I set that to dark, okay, so we're not storing it. That's the problem. We're not storing it. So when we change our theme, we want to store that in our settings. So let's actually, we'll do it when we change in our main page. So let's do that. So once we change our theme, let's get our settings. We'll do it before we do that. We'll say our settings dot theme equals theme name. And also we'll set our default value. We give it a name. Let's have a look. We do. We've got a name theme picker, and we'll set the selected item equal to our settings theme. Maybe that'll work. Let's find out. And the answer is no, it didn't work. It's probably because we didn't have a setting. Okay, so we'll set that as a dark theme. If I close that down and I start it up, I should start back up in dark mode. Nope. Let's have a look at what's going on here. dark theme. Two merge dictionaries. Seven keys in there. Ooh. Let's see if we can work out what's going on here. You know what I might do? I might close some of these windows down. I think I'm going to set this in my unappearing. Let's give that a go. All right, we have a light theme. That's good. Set it to a dark theme. Beautiful. Default theme. Have it as dark, and then stop it. It should restart on the dark theme. Huzzah. Beautiful. All right. Let's try doing something else a bit more fun. So what we can do is, like for example, we can have other values in here, right? So I could have a string. Let's do this. Let's say, just so we can tell what we have, we'll have our x:string. Theme name. And this will be our default theme. And then I'll create that for my other ones in my dark theme. And in my light theme, we'll create it as well. And we'll put that up in the title. Let's bind it to the title. First of all, I'll wrap this in a navigation page. So I have a title. And then that should update if all's going well. Visual Studio, what are you doing? All right, dark theme. Light theme. Default theme. Beautiful. Okay, but if we're going to have that, we should actually theme the navigation bar as well. So why don't we create ourselves perhaps a resource will allow us to do that. Okie dokie. We should be able to do it inside of our base style, I reckon. So let's give this a go. We could style the navigation page. In fact, we don't even want to give this a key. We'll just make this an implicit style. So this is going to affect the navigation page, all the navigation pages. Property, we want to have our bar background color, and we'll create, we'll make this the same as the background color. We call it background color. Background color, cool. And let's set our bar text color. Maybe we'll set that to be the same as the body color. It's way too late for me to be thinking about colors. So hopefully that will change then to be the same as the colors in our styles. Nope. Our text here is changing color. But not our background color. Ah. Bar background color. That's what we want. Hey, stream working? How you doing? It's going well. I'm just having a bit of a play around with xamarin.forms here. Just getting some styles, some user selectable styles happening. All right, there we go. There, now my bars are looking good. Well, not great, but you know, they're actually using the same color. So maybe I should have a bar background color. What do you reckon? How long I've been a programmer? Well, I graduated from university in 1993. So, so lots of years, maybe, I don't know, maybe 25 years or so. That's why I got so much grey hair. You can't tell from the lights, but it's all grey. Are you a programmer? Stream working? Ah, cool. Video editing and motion graphics animations. You know, maybe we should team up so you can help me with some motion graphics for my stream, and I'll help you with some code. All right, so what I'm doing here, let's have a look. I've got a bar background color. I'm going to specify this for each of my themes. So in my here, I'm going to say for my dark theme, I'm going to make this a little bit lighter. X values for the win. And my light theme, I'll make it a little bit darker. Which is exactly what that is. Yeah, that'll probably do. And in my default theme, I'll make it like a grey. So stream working, do you do any programming at all? Or just, you're just on the graphic side of things? Ooh. Mainly on the graphic side? Yeah, cool. I love UI design. I'm just rubbish at it. All right, let's have a look here. I've got. So you would be able to dominate these colors, right? For me, it's now 12 at night, and I'm struggling to come up with colors. Look at that. So there we go. So my light theme, let's lighten that up a bit. Oh, cool. What are you working on for yourself? Ah, cool. I love sharing things out. Yeah, it sounds very interesting. Oh, look. See this here? Stream working. It just... Nightbot just went and like lost its basket. It thinks you're a dirty spammer, but I know you're not because it happened before to somebody else. Watchmework.com. Awesome. Just having a bit of a look at it now. Fantastic. Yeah, that's cool. I love that. I love that idea of actually pairing up because, yeah, it is, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Just talking to yourself. It's also be great to be able to team up, like as a developer, to be able to team up with, like, you know, graphics dudes and work with those. Nightbot just freaked out again, didn't it? I'm gonna try and turn off Nightbot if I know how. Nightbot is leaving the channel. Bye, Nightbot. Awesome. All right. Let's have a look at what we got here. So yeah, I'd totally be interested in what you're talking about there. Stream working. Yeah, that's better. Light theme, dark theme. Default theme. I got the same color. Doesn't matter. All right, I'm gonna do one last thing before I go to bed because it's now past 12. I'm going to throw some images in the background. So I actually went before, and you probably know this site. I imagine stream working. So unsplash.com. So I came along here and I got hold of some images. So the images that I went and got hold of. Basically got a couple of images here of Unsplash, one which is for the dark theme, one which is for the light theme. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those in to my application here, and of course, being Xamarin, what we need to do is for our Android project, we need to put it into the resource drawables folder. For the iOS, it's going to go into the resources folder. And for UWP, it just goes under the root folder. Now what we should be able to do is just go ahead and create ourselves a resource which points at that image and put that as our background image. All right. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that. Let's call this theme image. For this one, we'll have none for our default one. And then for our light theme, we'll use the light one. And for our dark one, we'll use the dark one. And then in our page, we'll go and load that into the background. We want it to fill correctly, so we'll say its aspect is aspect fill. Should be about it. $600. I need to learn something about Nightbot so I can stop it from doing that. All right, where are we? Hey. All right, so we got themes, we got theme swapping images. Awesome. Let's get rid of that padding. Why do we have that? We've got our padding up here around our grid. Why don't we set that padding there, but yeah. And then we should run it on iOS and Android and see how broken they are. Cool. All right, so our light theme, I could probably do with some different color text there, doesn't really matter. The point is that it's changing. And our base one doesn't have any color. Cool. So what I might just change that light one to be a bit more summery. And then I might call it quits. Let's make this orange 40. This yellow. Before and it's just a bit bigger. All right, that's super sunny. There we are, we have our different themes. Beautiful, mission accomplished. Righty. I think that's probably about all I'm going to do tonight because it's getting quite late. So stream working. hit me up on Twitch or on Twitter. So my Twitter handle's down on the bottom of the screen. So hit me up and maybe we can talk about that. Beautiful. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night. I think I've tried out my stream. I think my stream has worked well. You whispered me. You whispered me. I don't even... So is there a good email to follow up with me? Or just send me a tweet. Send me a tweet. And then I'll DM you and shoot you an email. Creaming soda waffle. Thank you for the follow. It's a nice name. I like it. Cool. All right, hang on. I'm just going to copy that down. Over here. Beautiful. All right. Fantastic. I'll shoot you an email, Chris. I'm assuming it's Chris. Excellent. All right. Well, I'm gonna sign off. I've been on here for, I don't know, an hour and a half or so. It's getting pretty late here in Australia. So thanks for joining in. Thanks for the follows as well. And hopefully people will drop past. I plan on streaming about this time, or about 10 o'clock my time, so about 2 hours ago, every Thursday night. And what I'll be doing going forward is actually building sort of full applications. So this was really just a trial, but I'm happy to say I think my stream has maintained its integrity. All right, well, thanks everyone. Nice to meet some of you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.